Hello Libra, welcome to Chrysalis Invictus. This is your summer solstice reading. This is sort of a temporary setup and I don't have my headphones, so if you hear outside noise, I apologize. My daughter took them on a field trip. So anyway, let's get into it. For summer solstice, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or chart ruler. So if you have any of those placements, this reading is for you or could be for you. And so let's start with the Litha Oracle. And you got 2 for this one. So you got hydration. There is more to the story than meets the eye. Be mindful of what hides beneath the surface. All right, so this is definitely... for me, I'm picking up on a relationship situation. So there may be something that you're taking at face value that has perhaps more depth or more of an explanation. And then herb crafting. Allow your roots to dive into the depths. Your spirit calls for grounding. Okay. I'm going to keep turning some cards and maybe clarify those in a little bit. For your guide or guardian, you have dragon. Yeah. For direction, magic prayer. Okay. So the first thing I want to say is that there may be a situation at this time that you're looking for an easy resolution, or you want to unmold is what I'm getting. You want something to make itself or to do. There may be something difficult you need to say or do. There may be something that you're trying to accomplish that there will be magic at this time to help you to accomplish this. The cost of which is uncertain at this time, but with the herb crafting, it feels like action, the physical realm is really where you're going to find the most clarity. But let's keep looking at the cards and then we'll see. All right. So for your inner child, we have the cards Say Yes. Now is the time to be open and receive. It almost reminds me here in the background of something burning. It kind of gives me that feeling of like the meme of the dog that's sitting in a burning room saying this is fine. An aspect, and to your credit, is that there has been a situation that you've managed quite well, but part of it and the impression that you are getting from it, or what you're understanding, is based on you being a yes person. So it feels like there may be a situation that is coming to resolve or coming to a head or coming to some sort of climactic apex that is your perspective isn't necessarily correct on it because you have been feeding it and not you, perhaps. Let's see. We'll get into it a little bit deeper with the other cards. So from the Avalon Magic deck, you are in alignment with your soul's longings. Make a move now. Okay, so if you were wondering whether it's a time for action, it does feel that way. This really closely aligns. There's a lot of green energy in contrast with, like, a lot of growth energy in contrast with this fire energy. So if you're trying to think of a solution, in whatever scenarios you're in at this time, and we'll look at this is for life, love, and career, so we'll get into that. But if you're in a scenario where you're trying to problem solve using your head, it feels like your actions and your heart will guide the way. This may also be like the solution. So let's say you're single and you're looking for a partner and you don't want to go on dating apps. The solution would be like join a climbing gym or something that is a special interest that involves like an active component. It doesn't have to be intense. It could be anything really, like bowling, it could be anything, but it does kind of come in very strongly for a lot of you that involves nature. So something along those lines. And that would be the way to meet someone, or that would be the way to also gain clarity in a situation with someone that you're unsure about. So if you are, let's say, in a newly forming relationship and you're not sure about this person, a surefire way to find out how you feel is to go camping with them or to go on a hike with them, almost as if they'll expose you. And this feeling of, like, I think of this as being fairly isolated, but it's an isolated, safe paradise. And so just to feel safe to explore these themes. It says the quiet house, a leaf breaks from its branch. Let's see if I can get it to, it won't clear up the image, but a leaf breaks from its branch above and falls down gently before your path. Sometimes it's not what we need for ourselves, but how we can tend lovingly to another's home and hearth. Meditate on the Three of Cups tarot card and offer a hand to a friend in need. Oh, that's interesting too. So there's kind of like a roundabout solution perhaps to what you're going through, and we haven't really seen exactly. I think probably because there's a fairly large variance, I would say, in this pile of what it is that you're actually going through. But it seems to me that being able to love and nurture another in this herbcraft, I feel like it's that's nurturing energy is going to bring you what you're looking for in yourself. So maybe you were inward focused, or you were focused on the problem itself, or I keep saying the problem, so I don't know, I guess there's a problem, or just an issue or something that you've been pondering, something you're seeking an answer for. It could be in taking care of someone else. And for life, we have the Seven of Wands. I feel like there's a conflict of several generations here. So this is something that is linked in some way to people that have come before you. So if, let's say you're, okay, it keeps coming back to partnership, but it could be in work as well. If you are experiencing, because this is energy, so it could be in anything really, like relationships, work, anything. Apparently those are the only things I can think of at this time. But let's say you're falling into a pattern, and maybe you notice that this pattern is something that someone else in your family has gone through, maybe from your mother or your father, that they have said yes to everything. That so people pleasing could be involved. I feel like right now with this guardian energy here, you've got what you think is protecting you is something that is actually risky or threatening in some way, or your comfort zone. I keep picking this up, sorry. Your comfort zone is something that's like prickly or uncomfortable. And I really do feel like this is where the magic prayer comes in, is this like transcending that pattern. And like, look at the expression here. It's closing eyes, it's trusting. It's a trust fall, but it's a trust fall into something that is solid and secure. Let's see, for love, we have the King of Swords. It did come reversed, but I'm not taking reversals at this time. I'll just read it read what I get. With the King of Swords, I feel like this is a diplomatic situation, or a situation where you are expressing a certain level of diplomacy, that's saying yes, a certain level of diplomacy or fear of standing up to someone else. And now the fear of that person could be real, or it could be informed by your past. It's not necessarily that this person is intimidating in themselves, but that you are intimidated to have a conversation with this person. So if this is a crush, this is someone who you really value their opinion, and perhaps you think they are smart, or that they're going to judge you, or that they're going to feel that you are not measuring up in some way. And so it's important to examine whether that's coming from you or from someone else, especially when you have this conflict energy, conflict in your energy, this defensiveness in your energy. It could be that you are perceiving that you are in fights that you are not actually in. And then let's take a look at career. Oh, wow. So you have the King of Cups. Okay. So if there is a dominant hunting figure in your life, or if the energy that is within you that is dominant and that hunts, so ambitious, there's a crack in the bottom of the pool is what I'm getting. So there's an aspect of your emotional self and your emotional body that has leaked in, and it's given someone else mastery over you where it is not warranted or deserved in a way, or wherein you are just as powerful, if not more so, as them, or just as capable, but you're giving them the power. And I think that's where this hydration comes in, really feeling parched or depleted, and that there's a simple solution to that, to nourish yourself, to cleanse yourself. I would say get away as much as you can from this fire. So this fire is people pleasing, saying yes, and allow yourself to meet your own needs where you need them. I think there's definitely a conflict between head and heart here, which is always, I think, a balance for Libra, or the one side or the other. But at this time, the side that you need to take is your own over any other. And the dragon, I'm just going to take a moment here. I know we're running long, but I want to help you here with the guidance from Dragon. Even in the most innocuous of situations, we all have our breaking points, a place in our mind where we've drawn a line that once crossed, we view it as a step too far. It's often where we take a defensive position. Yeah, I feel like this here, your back is up against the wall, like you've let something go long enough that you are now in this defensive position. Or you're ahead of the defensive position, like it's defensive in your energy, but you're not quite fighting yet. So this is an opportunity to communicate, and to really bring that communication forward, especially in your personal life. It feels like that really affects your work life as well. Dragon reminds you that the angry creature hiding in the cave will always be viewed as a monster. Perhaps it's at your workplace, or while you are out with friends or with your partner, that you find your face with one disagreement too many. You feel challenged, that a gauntlet has been thrown down. Dragon tells you that not all differences of opinion are a challenge to who you are, and that going aggressively on the offensive is not a way to win an argument. Affirmation: I use my empathy to avert and diffuse conflict. Absolutely. So that's staying in that heart space like we were talking about before. And with the green, maybe practicing a heart opening meditation. And so that's what I have for you, Libra. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that everything goes well for you, and we'll see you soon. Take care.